The Nutcracker is just simply one of the great miracles. It's interesting, of course, and I've known the Nutcracker since I was a kid, but it came relatively late on that I started listening to the whole piece from friends who said, have you got any idea where Petrushka came from? And if you don't know where Stravinsky stole it all from, you better listen to the first act of the Nutcracker. And I became, I must say, more and more fascinated by this music.
Wir als Schlagzeuger müssen meistens mittanzen, weil die Musik, die wir spielen, ist oft rhythmisch und da kommt es eher dann vor, dass man zu tanzen anfängt. Und das ist natürlich auch bei dem Nussknacker fast passiert, dass man anfängt zu tanzen.
The orchestration in the piece is really remarkable and novel and revolutionary. I mean, even in terms of introducing a new instrument to the orchestra for the first time, which is the celesta, I mean, the famous dance of the Sugar Plum Fairy. The instrument had been recently invented, only really recently. Tchaikovsky went to Paris on the way to do a conducting tour in the United States, and he heard the instrument. And he immediately got very excited, and he had one sent secretly back to Russia, and it had to be kept secretly because he was desperate that either Rimsky-Korsakov or Glazunov would hear the instrument and use it first. And so secret that it wasn't allowed to be played until the very last rehearsal. And of course, the sound of the instrument, I mean, it's still extraordinary, but then no one had heard this. I mean, it must have been really a sensation.
Without a doubt, for me personally, it was a great joy to play the Nutcracker and to play it in its entirety. I have loved the piece for a long time.
We played the Nutcracker here at the Waldbühne, our open-air concert, in the summer, and it was very strange for me to play this piece in the summer, but the music is so wonderful from Tchaikovsky. It fits at any time of year.
You know, to play this piece well is also, it demands quite a lot of the orchestra. It's a very, very finely composed work, and but I think there was a great degree of fun.
Some of the tunes are so famous you even forget that someone had to write them. But the big theme of the Pas de deux, comes after the Waltz of the Flowers, which is just a G major scale. The da 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 da. What could be more perfect, and what could be more of an earworm?
Nutcracker hat so ein sehr weihnachtliches, sehr festliches Ausdruck und das war sehr schöne Konzerte waren das mit Nutcracker.
And the orchestra and I some years ago played the second act and had a wonderful time. And in summer we played the first act and nearly had a nervous breakdown because, of course, what nobody knows is how difficult this music is. And particularly if you've never played it. If you're a ballet orchestra, you're playing it all the time, it's something else. But for any normal symphony orchestra, it is a nightmare to play. It just, in terms of sheer getting around the instrument and flexibility and ensemble. So it's a big challenge for us.